Am I being filmed?
Yeah, you're being recorded.
What's this for?
For myself.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm
For
not
transparency for the public, you know.
Hey, excuse me, those are my
Whoa,
private
whoa, whoa,
papers.
whoa. Hey,
Thank
easy,
you.
lady.
You're going to our personal stuff.
These
No,
are
I
my
wasn't.
private-
Papers on the table right there.
This is a private room.
This is not a private room. This is a public room. This is paid for with taxpayer money.
You guys just mind hanging out because they're alleging that you are.
Are we being detained?
Well, if they're alleging, then currently.
What are you detaining us
Just
for?
give us 1 second.
Am I detained, yes or no?
Here's the deal. They're alleging that you are disrupting their flow, so they're going to talk to somebody. If they choose to trespass you guys, it's just a
Are you going to
warning.
enforce it?
If they're asking, that is what I have to do.
Shout out Angry Vet Audits. I never liked those guys. Or the police. Yo, body cam off so my camera stays on. Crooked ass cops won't like this song. Gotta film the police when they do something wrong. I'ma film the police when they do something wrong.
What's up, everyone? This is Angry Vet Audits, and today I'm out here in Marina, California. We're at the California State University, Monterey Bay. The campus is built on the former Army post known as Fort Ord, which was closed in 1994. In this video, I'm out here with Anthony X. We're here to see if the government employees respect our rights to peacefully film in public. Don't forget to subscribe for future content. Make sure to hit that like button and leave a comment. It really helps get the video out there. Mount up and get ready for the ride. The weather is lovely today. I want to say it's about 70 degrees. I think it's supposed to top out around 79. And it is about 12:46 p.m. And we are just miles from the ocean. Hello.
Can we help you?
Not at the moment. Just taking some recordings.
Okay.
Yeah. If you do have a business card, I would like that.
Sure. There's some. Yeah.
Is it for you personally or
Yes.
Susan? All right. Thank you. It seems like it's lunchtime out here. So it looks like they had some lunch brought in. Looks like veggie wraps. Some beverages here.
It's a good effort, but
We have some refreshments here. Hello. You guys having a little meeting here or something?
Sorry?
You guys having a meeting here?
Oh, we're all done.
Oh, you're done?
Yeah.
What was it about, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, it was a system-wide, CSU system-wide meeting for vice presidents for advancement for all the different campuses.
Oh,
So the
okay.
23 campuses.
Oh, it's like how vice presidents could kind of advance their careers, or
No.
Or what do you
no,
mean?
No, just about collaborating on, yeah.
collaborating on you know what? Yeah.
Just talking about professional collaboration.
Collaboration?
Campuses, yeah.
And what's the advancement part?
Sorry?
The advancement part of the...
Am I being filmed?
Yeah, you're being recorded.
What's this for?
For myself.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm
For
not
transparency for the public, you know, so I could disseminate it.
Oh. I don't know if it's just a CSU system-wide meeting.
Okay.
Okay?
You mind if I get your name?
Actually, I do.
Why is that? Do you work for CSUMB?
No, I don't.
You don't? Where do you work from?
What's your inquiry about?
My inquiry is, you know, why are you coming onto this campus? Where are you coming from? Who's your employer?
We work for the Chancellor's office. For
The
CSU
Chancellor's
system,
office?
And it's a professional development meeting.
Oh, so you have a contract with the Chancellor? Is that what you're saying?
No.
Oh, you're employed by the Chancellor.
Yes.
So you do work for the university?
For the Chancellor's office.
The Chancellor works for the university, correct?
For the CSU
For the
system.
CSUMB?
Yes, yes.
So, yeah,
Not for this university. It's for all 23.
So you
campuses.
may say that you work for the Chancellor. The Chancellor works for the CSUMB. So by that would put you under.
No, the Chancellor of the CSU system.
Yeah.
The California State University system.
Okay, so you're from out of state.
No, from the Chancellor's office. There's
Yeah.
the Chancellor's office for the 23 campuses in the system.
Okay.
Helps coordinate the activities.
Oh,
on the
do you mind giving me the address to that location where the Chancellor is located?
It's in Long Beach. I'm sure
Long
you
Beach.
can find that. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
For a business card or just something like email, like work email.
I'm not sure what you guys need it for though.
Well, we're working on a story regarding this, so yeah, we need that information, which is public record.
Yeah, you're welcome to look on the internet. The Chancellor's office
So you
is
don't
in
have
Long
that
Beach.
information?
No, I don't.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I think if you had it, it would just make sense to give it to us.
No, I certainly understand that. But
Well, I mean, to me, it seemed more of a problem that you didn't know what we were using the information for, rather than you did not know the information because of your question that you posed to us before you answered.
I'm confused about why we're being asked all these questions.
Well, I mean, if you're not trying to hide anything, it would be less
We
confusing.
saw you were wrapping up your meeting. We're not
It's
trying
very
interrupt
simple
you.
to answer questions that should be transparent. Well, there you go. She was not very forthcoming with her answers. She wanted to, kind of veil what she was doing here.
For everyone here, or is it just for?
No, this is for it's for a private meeting. The beverages and the catering's for a private meeting.
Okay.
Was it paid for by tax dollars, or?
I don't know the answer to that
I
question.
wanted to do a public record.
Oh,
How much was spent?
well, an easy way
Chancellor's office.
to
Yep.
calculate if they're paid by tax dollars or not is did the people
Chancellor's
who
office.
come here, did they pay
Chancellor's
for it?
office would be the place.
Chancellor pay for it
Yeah.
himself?
Well, I don't know. I did not say that. The
Uh-oh.
Chancellor's office would be the place to make the public records request for that. I have no idea.
Well, technically, we could make
Where
the
it is.
public request here with an employee here, and then you would forward it to the Chancellor's office, and then they would, that's how the chain works.
What's your position since you came over? And
Yeah, sure. Here you go. Right, that's my card right there.
Appreciate
Associate
it.
Vice President of Marketing Communications.
Appreciate it.
I'm just right here in the building.
All right, thank you.
And anytime that there's anyone from media, either myself or one of the media relations folks, make sure that we make contact and see if there's anything we can do to help out.
We didn't see any sign saying private or anything, so that's why we came in. Wanted to
So
check out-
right now, we're not in a private meeting right now in this room, but here in a little bit they'll return and it will be a private meeting in this room.
At that point,
Welcome to be out in the lobby then after that,
Okay.
perfectly accessible
At
there.
that point, we'll like close the doors and put up a sign saying,
Correct.
And,
that's correct.
I had a
But
question.
Right now we're in between.
Yeah.
And so this is.
So what was the meeting about?
This is, I believe this is a meeting of the development teams from around the Chancellor's, or from around the CSU. I'm not super familiar with all the details.
With media documenting if we, as long as we stay quiet and kind of in the corner tucked away, or?
You know, I would need to ask them about it because it's
I mean, sure,
it's
sure.
set aside as a private meeting.
You're
And
not
so,
hiding anything, I would imagine.
no, I would just need to ask them.
If you could find out for us, that'd be great.
They're on break
Okay.
right now, so I'd have to wait until they come back.
Yeah, well, when they come back, if you could find out, that'd be
Sure, absolutely, I could do that.
I mean, I don't know if we'll stay there the whole time, but we'd like to be kind of part of what's going on and observe, peacefully from a distance, not
Yeah,
bothering anyone.
it's not a meeting that's open to the
Yeah,
public,
yeah,
and so I'd need to ask
what I'm
and
asking.
find out if that's okay because it's not listed as an open public meeting as a business operations
Appreciate it.
of the CSU.
No, I appreciate you coming over
Yeah.
and speaking with us cordially.
Absolutely. Yeah. And so
no,
just
that's a
whenever they
conversation.
come into that session, I'll be happy to talk to them. But if they say no, this is a private meeting. We've set it aside
Out of
as a
your
private
hands.
business meeting.
Out of your hands.
Right. Then you're welcome to stay out there in the public lobby area. I mean, First Amendment gives you the right to stay out there in the public lobby area. And then they would close the doors at that time and put a notice up that it's a private meeting. Yeah.
Sounds good.
And I'm just wondering, when you guys are conducting the meeting, I don't know if you're aware of all the procedure, but are you guys going to be recording and documenting, like if you wanted to do a public records on the meeting, or?
I honestly have no
Nothing
idea.
that you will record. And
Yeah, I can ask, but I honestly don't have anything to do with the meeting.
Yeah. Or a transcript of it
Yeah.
or something of some sort, or?
I don't know if it exists. I'll be happy to ask, though. Yeah, absolutely. As I said, I remember my team always, anytime there's a meeting here, we just reach out.
For
and say hello.
transparency purposes, the members of the community, like to know what's going on.
I certainly will ask. I don't know if it exists or not.
Okay, no problem. Appreciate
But I'll
it.
be happy to find out.
All right.
Yeah.
And we're just going to continue walking around, taking our tour.
Okay.
If you could find that information out when they're done, if we're still here, that'd be great.
Yeah. So just to know, once you go into this room, right now there's not anything restricting, but there is.
Yeah, there wasn't much to see.
But after that, you go into private offices.
It looks like there's a leftover spring roll. Would you like one?
What's that?
I was just getting a shot like the logo. There's not much to see here, though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, these.
Yeah. So once
Billy.
you go past this area, that goes back into private offices. Then.
Oh, right here.
And so
Oh,
yeah,
I
so
can
that's
see
not a
that.
public area. That's a private area. This door should.
And this is like a break room.
Yeah, actually, this door shouldn't be open right here. I think catering locked it open there.
Oh, I can move out of your way.
Yeah, pardon me.
Let's just use our words and not barge through people, okay? I'll back out.
Yeah.
All right?
Actually, sorry, catering left that open, but yeah. Yeah, so you're absolutely welcome, and as long as it's not in the private meeting, you're welcome to be here. Is there anything I can do? Let me know.
All right.
Appreciate it. Yeah. Was there any other questions? Anything I can help you with? I'll be happy to ask them when they return.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Other than those few simple questions that we posed to you that you were going to bring up once they return, I think we're fine for now. Just recording.
And
You know.
it's a hot day, going back to I know it's private catering, but I would imagine that the state is paying for it. I don't know, unless it's volunteer.
I don't know the answer to that question.
Because no one offered us a drink. It's like 85 degrees out there. It'd be nice if someone offered us one of these beverages out here.
Oh, well, there's a public water fountain that's
Yeah.
right
I'm
over
just saying,
here.
It would have been nice. It would have been a nice gesture. Is what I'm saying. I have my own drink. I'm just saying it would have been a nice gesture if someone would have offered. I know, like if I had some visitors at my house, for example, I know it's not a house. But
Yeah.
Or my place of business, I would offer a beverage.
Yeah, I'm not. Unfortunately, again, it's a private meeting, so I'm not really
Like,
sure
unless someone like
about.
donated it or something, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know the answer to that question, but there is a public water fountain
Oh, I saw it,
over there,
yeah.
and that's
Well,
that's
like I said, I
perfect.
brought down. It was just more of an idea. Like it would have been nice. Like if I would have been here, like introducing myself, and I saw a couple members of the public. You can't, how you say, give beverages to every single person that comes in and out.
Right.
But especially when media is coming, or someone that potentially media, or someone reporting, documenting. This would have been like, hey, I'm so and so. Hey, I know it's a hot day out there. Can I get you
Yeah.
some water or something?
Yeah,
I just grew up in customer service, and I just believe in that.
yeah. I hear you.
It's like even when when we have people knocking at our doors, people come out.
Hey, excuse me, those are my
Whoa,
private
whoa, whoa,
papers.
whoa! Hey,
Thank
easy,
you.
lady.
Going to our personal stuff.
These
No,
are
I
my
wasn't. Ma'am, you don't need to escalate that quickly, all right?
You're filming my private personal papers.
Private personal papers?
Correct.
Why would you leave your private personal papers on the table right
This
there?
is a private room.
This is not a private room. This is
That
a
is a
public
public
room.
room.
This
This
is
is a
paid for
private
with taxpayer money.
Okay, well, the police will address it.
When the meeting convenes, you close these doors and then it becomes private again. You left your private papers out there. There's no reason to be yelling at me and charging at me like that.
I wasn't charging at you, I was speaking up to papers.
Yeah, if you could educate them on that, but like I said, if there's something that we shouldn't see, or they don't want us to see.
Hey, how's it going? Get your names and badge number, please.
Yeah, Flores.
Yep.
Officer Flores, badge number 417. Officer Escobedo, 720.
Okay. What department are you guys with?
Absolutely. I'll tell you what. Let me just figure out what's going on first.
Oh, can I get your department though?
I'm sorry?
Your department?
CSU and BPD.
Okay, thank you.
So, here's the deal.
Yeah.
Well, there's someone right here, just so you know.
I'm here. Just give me one second.
No, hold on. work for me. Hold on.
Totally
You said
fine.
we're allowed to be here, so there's nothing to investigate. Why they're calling you guys, I don't know.
Are you guys touching their papers and their property?
No, touching nothing.
Nothing.
Okay. You guys just mind hanging out because they're alleging that you are.
Are we being detained?
Well, if they're alleging, then currently.
Are you detaining
What are you detaining us
Just
for?
give us 1 second.
Am I detained? Yes or no? No,
Yes.
I'm gonna walk
If
away.
you're messing with people's
What are
property,
we
so
detained
let me
for?
figure out what's
Am I
going
detained?
on.
Yes or no?
And then yes.
We're conducting an investigation.
So you have reasonable suspicion of what crime?
What crime?
Just give us 1 second.
No,
your RAS?
what's
No, I
your
don't know.
RAS?
What are you
You can't
detaining
just
for?
detain someone without a
Anyone that
RAS.
was touching something, what's the crime of touching something? Look here, I'm touching the wall. This gentleman right here already knows we're allowed to be here.
You mind grabbing her for us?
So what crime do you suspect us of committing?
This is a public building, is that correct?
Correct. It's public space.
Okay, what's going on there?
One of the chancellor's office is having a meeting in there, but they're on break right now.
Okay. And this is open to the public?
The space is open to the public when the meeting, I believe the meeting's a private meeting when they're in session.
Yeah, he already
They
acknowledges.
close
Once-
the doors.
Once they close the doors, then we have to leave.
Just give us 1 second.
I'll speak when I want. This is a free country. Go to a private room if you don't
I
want.
don't know if I'm gonna
Okay. So just confirm that this occur while the meeting is going on?
I don't know the answer.
There was no meeting going on.
I make an outreach.
So we were just, the main meeting did end, but there were still some folks and they're finalizing some conversation.
Okay. And that is not open to the public?
It is open. This gentleman just said it is, so you might want to check with him.
It was not.
Okay.
The doors were wide
The
open.
doors were wide open. Meeting was over.
So they were messing with paperwork and stuff?
They were filming my papers that were on
So,
the
let me reiterate, were they physically touching paperwork or anything like that?
They did not physically make contact. No.
Okay. Were the doors open already when this was going on?
It's 100 degrees, I guess.
Okay. And was the meeting going on during that time?
We were meeting, correct.
Okay.
You were finishing the meeting. It was already finished. This
Yeah.
gentleman just said
I
that.
was still.
No, what I said is that.
I
what I
had
s-
a meeting.
Okay.
Yeah. What I said is that the meeting was not, the meeting, the
I
main
asked,
meeting
I
wrapped
said,
up.
are you one of our students? Are you an alumni? That's none of your business. And
You never asked me to leave, just to be clear though.
did not ask you
That
to
would you
leave.
like for these people to leave?
I would absolutely like you to leave.
Okay.
I'm only going to leave if it's under threat of arrest because this is a public building
Yeah.
that he acknowledged.
I broke no crimes. You can't
But
trespass
the,
me from
the
public
TPM
property.
policy says
That's a
that
lawsuit
if you're
right there.
asked to identify yourself while you're wearing a mask, that you have to identify.
That's a policy, not law, man.
Correct. Unfortunately, that is a policy. We don't enforce policies. We don't enforce law. So if this is a public building, and they're not disrupting,
They are disrupting us.
anything-
I feel threatened.
Well,
Damn, you walked up to me when I was
officer, I'd be very careful here. You see where she's taking us to a threatening type of view.
You are
Your
disrupting
name will
my
be attached to the
conversation.
lawsuit.
You mind just waiting over there and we can talk? You guys are absolutely more than welcome to hang out in here. But if you don't mind, while I talk with her, to just
You guys could take it somewhere private. I'm gonna stay right here.
hang out with them.
to talk to me? Tell me about what's going on.
I don't have
Well, she's already starting to change the narrative into feeling threatened and stuff like that. When she came running up to me yelling like she was gonna barge me over.
Okay, we're conducting an investigation.
But you know what? You know how it is. I'm not sure. You might be a rookie or not. I'm not sure. You look new. Because you're a young guy. I'm not saying I don't know. You might be in there 10 years. I don't know. I'm just saying because you look young.
As far as I know.
So no disrespect when I say that. However, you are familiar with RAS, right? RAS, reasonable articulable suspicion that you're committing a crime, about to commit a crime, or have committed a crime. That you have to have in law, by law to detain someone. You can't detain someone just because they call. And touching someone, like, for example, I can touch this. I'm touching this. I can touch this. That's not a crime.
Okay.
And
Basically,
she already acknowledged that we didn't touch anything. So at this point, are we still detained, or can we leave of our own free will?
if you guys want to take off, go ahead.
So we're not detained, just to clarify.
When I approached you guys, we were conducting investigation.
But at this
We're
point,
still
right now,
talking.
moving forward, are we detained, yes or no? It's a yes or no question. You just said we're free to go, so I'm assuming that means we're not detained anymore.
If you guys would like to leave, absolutely.
So we're not, so I just would like you to say it verbally, though, so we're not detained, yes or no? No? Shaking your head no?
From what I've heard, doesn't sound like a crime group, so I have no reason to keep you guys
All right, I
here.
appreciate it. At this point, now we'll stay to speak with you guys, but we just wanted to make, I just don't like my rights being violated where I'm physically bound to say something I'm not.
No,
required to.
I hear you.
Oh wait, he's an AVP too. You're an AVP too.
Do you mind telling me like what happened on your guys' side?
I mean, I usually don't speak because you're being cordial. Nice. We're just walking around taking a tour of the campus. I've been here before, but I've never been in this area. It says it's a visitor center. It's open to the public. The doors are wide open. We're walking around. the other gentleman that was there, he even said we're allowed to be in there. He said once the meeting starts, they're going to close the doors. They're going to put up a sign saying, you know, it's like it's a private meeting. At that point, we said, no, we'll go outside. And if you're going to put up a sign, you know, and it's going to be closed or whatever, at the time when we came in, this is wide open.
Yeah, just asking basic journalism questions like, what's the meeting about? Who's here? Who paid for the, you know, beverages and the meals there? Stuff like that.
They did some catering. I was asking how would we go about doing like a public records? Like, did we pay for it? Was it donated? I was asking him questions like, are members of the public like ourselves? Are we allowed to get drinks or not? You know, I brought my own drink, but you know, I just would like to know, like, are those for everyone? Is it just for the meeting? And he said for public records, you got to go to the chancellor's office.
Okay. All right. I just give you a heads up. So you are correct. This is 100% public space. Okay. Apparently that room is not. However, they had the doors open because it was hot. It's 1,000 degrees out today. You are more than welcome to be here and in the public spaces by all means. That's your guys' absolute rights. That is also what we're here to protect. Okay, we're on your guys' side just as much as we're on their side. Here's the deal, though. They're alleging that
I'm not here to make a deal. I'm going to be honest with you.
No, I'm not saying not making a deal with you. So here's the deal. They're alleging that you are disrupting their flow. So they're going to talk to somebody. If they choose to trespass you guys,
Are you
just a
going
warning.
to enforce it?
If they're asking, that is what I have to do.
So if they enforce someone to leave a sidewalk or a public area just because their feelings are hurt, we were minding our own
So
business.
you guys were.
The other guy who gave you the business card, I can't remember his name, but he gave you the business card.
The guy with the blazer
I don't know
said this is a public area as well. It's not private. He said once the doors close and the meeting convenes, then you guys need to leave.
The authority to give you guys that like if that is correct.
He's right there.
Right there.
So
He
what
said
I'm
we're
gonna
allowed to
do-
be in there.
She actually said he's the same rank as her, whatever AVP is. I saw her. It's on camera. She said you're AVP too. So I'm pretty sure he has the same authority.
I appreciate, you saying like, letting her know that we're allowed to record. I do appreciate that part. Trying to hear both sides of it. I do appreciate. Let me start by saying that. However, when you say like, here's the deal that they wanted, what if they didn't like the color of my shirt though? No, but you're saying they want to trespass us.
That has nothing to do with what's going on.
No, because what if they said I don't want you in
if
here?
that room is private, I'm not sure if that is. That's why I'm confirming with the correct person because she's obviously stating some stuff.
It's on
that
public
is
property,
Not
unless there's a
correct. She's not fully aware.
Officer, let me point you out something. We could go into this building and you'll see which rooms are private and which are public. The ones with the red key lock are generally private. They're public. Everything's public, but it's limited access, right? You need a key card to get in. This is wide open. There's no key card here. And we're very understanding. Once they convene the meeting, we will not be in there.
Look at this. Why would we not want to see this up here? Look at this. Look at it. Why would we
These
not
are actually locked, which means that they are not public. All right.
No, you can. Well, like, for example, this door you can lock it in the night, but this is a public lobby. That
Yeah.
logic makes no sense.
I don't know what's taking them so long. If this is an open room, you guys are totally cool. All right.
Yeah.
If it's not,
I'm going to go back in there because it's open. I already had permission to be in here.
Before you make that decision, I would contact the city attorney and contact the supervisor because we will hold you back. I don't want to do it, man. I'm not here to see people. I'm not here to get lawsuits. That's time consuming. It takes years to file those lawsuits and get a judgment. It makes you look bad. It takes my time away from my family, from your family. Contact your supervisor before you guys make a mistake. You will lose qualified immunity under California, the Main Civil Rights Act 52.1. If you interfere through threat, intimidation, whatnot, and prevent us from exercising our civil rights, you lose qualified immunity. If convicted, it's $25,000. It doesn't come out of your union. It doesn't come out of your pension, it comes out of your personal money. So like I said, I would recommend do your research first, do your due diligence.
Oh, don't go back.
Reason I'm not detained.
He's conducting an investigation. He's just trying to figure out.
So I can't observe if I don't say a word? I just want to observe what they're saying. I know you got your body cam on, but that takes forever to get. So are you going to prevent me from going by there? I just want to hear what they're saying. I have a right to hear what they're saying. So you're going to prevent me from physically going back there?
Yeah, he's conducting an investigation, as he said.
I'm not going to interfere with his investigation, man.
By going over there and
Listening?
the demeanor that you're presenting to
I'll
me.
keep my mouth shut. How about that?
I want you to stay right there.
So you are, in a sense, so you're preventing.
Are you
my free
detaining them
movement?
again?
Are you preventing my free movement?
There's a public restroom back there. Every citizen has rights right back there. They could take that meeting to a private office or a private area. That's a public hallway that leads to a restroom.
Are you preventing me from using the restroom right now?
Right now, they're speaking over there.
Are you preventing me from using the restroom?
I just don't want anything to escalate.
I'm not gonna escalate. I told you guys, I'm a man of my word. I'll keep quiet. I just want to observe what they're saying.
We've been cordial.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying to you. I'll be cordial. I have a right to listen and hear what they're saying for transparency purposes. So now you're preventing me from that. Making yourself look bad, brother. You must be a rookie. We'll pull up the salary, guys. We'll find out his hire date, when he got started, any write-ups. I guess it's 10 weeks of training. Makes him think he's above the Constitution of the United States of America, which is what they swore an oath to protect. And here he is violating my rights. Very sad. So just so I don't get in trouble and you don't unlawfully arrest me, I don't have to spend a day in jail. Where's my imaginary line that you don't want me to pass to listen to what's going on?
That's a lot of funny stuff you're saying.
So no, he just said I can't go back to listen, even if I'm quiet. He said I can't listen to what you're saying. I can't go
Because
back
now
to
you're disrupting my investigation.
by simply recording.
No, I didn't say that at all.
I told him I would be willing to not say a word. I
You've
just
been
wanna-
saying nothing but stuff this whole time, right? So now,
But right now, at that point, like you said, I couldn't go back there because you're investigating.
and that's because
I don't want to impede your
all the stuff
investigation.
leading up to this, right? You are disrupting my investigation
No.
by doing that. Now, if you were quiet,
So
and
you're gonna take me to jail then for?
Did I say that?
Well, it sounds like you're trying to accuse me of a crime, because that's a crime.
Nobody said anything.
That's not a crime?
No. 'Cause I'm
Impeding an
interpreting that
investigation
time.
is not a crime?
So you're saying that answering questions and asking
Or free
questions
speech.
during an investigation is disrupting an investigation? Because that's
No,
all
nobody
we've
was
been doing.
talking, so-
That's all he's been doing.
If
Now
you're
we're
preventing
talking,
him,
and I'm not saying that you guys can't talk, correct?
Well,
Correct.
so you're preemptively detaining someone because you think they're going to do
Well, he
that.
already said we're free to go, just to clarify. Are you still detaining us? Because he said we're free to go already.
You guys are free to move about here. I'm not
No,
sure
but
yet on that route.
No, but as far as like, if I want to walk out the building and just leave.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Like if I want to go to the bathroom.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely. So, we're just waiting for Haley. These doors were open. Just let me know.
So this is the one who had his fit. What's the word?
Squeeze by.
Do you know what's going on with the conference room? Like you told us earlier, we're not going to go in there while the meeting's going on and disrupt anything, you know? So, what word are you guys waiting for? That's what the officer said.
I'm sorry?
You're waiting for, did you contact someone to try and get his trespass from his public place?
No.
Did someone else call someone?
As far as a matter of law, that he's the guy to talk to. I'm the news media guy.
Mind if I talk to you really quick?
Yeah, sure.
They try to trespass us to go in a room or the lobby during business hours while it's open. Now, once they have the meeting, I understand that, hey, we can't disrupt that meeting. We can't go in there and, stick cameras in people's faces or, start banging on the door. But like right now, let's just say right now, when it's open, there's no meeting going on. I don't want to walk in there and get a picture of.
So that lady who bull rushed me and was yelling at me for recording in that public room, she's now showing has her phone out. I don't know if she was showing a video or maybe someone sent her a video of something. Must be like top secret evidence because she covered it up and went running back to the other door. We're gonna find out her name, her salary, how long she's worked here, and that's all gonna be published.
They approached us and then we had some questions about working on our store. Like we were asking, like, where do we do public records? They were saying it's still on. I remember the dean. Who was it from public records?
What's
What
up?
kind of public records are you looking
Oh,
for?
he was talking about. He's saying you had to go to the chancellor, but we could submit it to any of these offices or any of the employees
yeah,
here,
it
and they
kinda
forward it
depends
to
on
the
what-
chancellor.
What
It
public
was more
records?
related to the meeting. Like I was asking.
Well, if it pertains to the school, it's gonna obviously be. It could be at any of these offices, and they forward it to the chancellor.
Yeah.
And
The
then
public records, yeah, usually there's
The
a,
Public Records Act, it should
it's
be-
not like we're gonna request, police department information.
that was why I was asking what kind of records. If there would need to
It
be
was gonna be like,
clarification.
like they got catering. Like I wanted to see how much they spent or was it donated? For example, that was one of my questions for the public record. My other
Got it.
public record was, if they're gonna close the meeting and it's gonna be a private meeting, are they gonna record it where we can then request a public records? Maybe they have a video. Sometimes they record actually like actual video and audio, or will they have a transcript that we
Sure,
can?
you're welcome to come in, sir.
Or will they have a transcript that we can do a public records request on to see what transpired during the meeting for transparency
Got
purposes?
it. Yeah, I don't know. I have the
So we were
answers to that
asking
because I'm
cordial
not sure what
questions.
kind of meeting it was.
Yeah, we were asking cordial questions, and we're just getting videos of like what's on the wall, what's on the table.
Okay.
And one lady just randomly she came and approached me. She never once said, "Hey, you have to leave or you can't be here." She didn't, but she got on her phone and she walked away. So I assume that's why she called you guys or called security.
Well,
or called
and we'll
somebody.
provide that feedback.
Yeah.
We're more familiar. You know, we're more familiar with the First Amendment auditors within a law enforcement setting, coming to the police
We're not
departments.
here to do a
with
First
many-
Amendment audit. We're here
No,
to exercise our rights and work on the story.
Absolutely. I think that's kind of sometimes how we phrase it, where, you know, people come to the police department and want to know if they can come in and record the lobby in the areas that they can be in. And I don't believe that most of the people on the campus have that same kind of like understanding.
Right.
And that's definitely feedback that we will provide them so that they do know when they're in a public space that, you know, if it's open to the public, it's not just students, it's open to the
And
public.
one thing I'd like to point out, two things I'd like to point out. Number
Sure.
one, I want to compliment you on your uniform. I like how your name is for transparency purposes is large and embroidered on there. You know, he's got a you know he's all in code and everything. Don't get me wrong, but like for people like me older, it's hard to see. Sometimes when you have this little like the metal or aluminum, whatever that's made out of, depending on the angle with the reflection, it's really hard to see the name sometimes. So just a recommendation in the future. It's a tax dollar I wouldn't mind spending if it costs a few dollars more to have your name embroidered on there. Go to like San Jose PD, they have giant white letters that are like about an inch. I mean, it's really, you can see from 50 feet away. So I just like to say, that'd be a nice thing to see on all the uniforms in the future, maybe. And just something to bring up when you have your meetings.
I'll provide that feedback to our chief.
Do you happen to have a business card I could get?
Sure.
Thank you.
And my second thing I'd like to say, point out, your officers were being very respectful and cordial.
Thank you.
In general, I just want to point that out.
Thank
However, one thing I didn't like was they detained us, and during the beginning, he undetained us, but they detained us when they didn't have suspicion of an actual crime. And I was trying to explain to them, you need to have what's called RAS, reasonable, articulable suspicion. You're committing a crime, about to commit a crime, or have committed a crime, but just
So
walking
did
around.
they tell you why you're detained?
He said because we were walking around and someone called her and said we might be touching stuff or whatever. But touching, like for example, I can grab this. It's not a crime. Only if I had criminal intent to steal it would that be a crime. So just because someone called saying you're walking around, you're video recording. I don't know what they said on the 911. If it was a 911 call or just a call to your basic security or who called what. But just walking around, touching stuff even. I mean, I could lean on this. I could go on to your police car. I could lean on your police car as long as I don't have criminal intent to tamper with it or steal it or do something. I can do that. Actually, one time a CHP officer in San Jose had his like I don't know what you call it, an M16 rifle or whatever in his front cab. It's locked up. Don't get me wrong. He went into a building. He forgot to lock his door. I opened his door. If I had criminal intent, I could have busted that thing off and took off. But instead, I locked the door. I closed it. And when the sergeant came, I explained to him. He's like, "Yeah, they're not supposed to leave their doors unlocked like that." But that was for transparency purposes. That's why I opened it, because it was also a lot of I don't want to say like they're going to do something wrong on purpose, but there's a lot of homeless people in that area or by the street. Somebody could have easily walked in, used a crowbar, and pried that weapon off and committed a crime. It's a horrible crimes we did on there. So my point is, I can touch stuff. That's not a crime. So just saying they got a call. Like, I don't know. You got the call. You were here. So what was the official call for?
Okay. I never got the chance to explain that. But basically what I got was that there were people in mass, and it was very unclear. I called the RP, and what I heard in the background was she sounded upset, and I heard stuff falling. So it sounded like there was an altercation.
Okay.
That's why I did it, the way that it did.
But what was the reason for our detainment? I'm saying, what crime?
So basically, like I said, there was a 415 going on. That's a
Disturbance.
Yeah, disturbance. So I didn't know exactly what was going on. What I heard over the phone was stuff falling. Somebody that sounded like they were worried. There were multiple things that possibly could have been happening. In my mind, it sounded like it was turning into a fight.
Oh.
When
you must have heard when the employee, I was over there recording, she came screaming and
But what you asked was what he was responding to, so
That's what I asked.
Yeah, and I'm just making an observation of what he heard,
but
what alerted it.
What your question was is what were we responding to? So we are responding to what we are observing based on.
Yeah, and I'm validating that by telling him what he heard, okay? I'm telling him what he heard, all right? Please don't interrupt me. So you heard the employee rushing at me and yelling at me. I could see why you might think that's an altercation, okay?
That's all we're asking.
Yeah, and thank you guys for waiting, right? Here's the deal. You guys are absolutely more than welcome to stay.
I told you I don't make deals, but I'm going to accept that.
He offers a lot of deals, doesn't he?
Absolutely. Yeah, so by all means, you guys have any questions for us?
I noticed you guys are wearing pink. Is that for the cancer awareness?
Absolutely.
You guys, I'm just curious. At some place I go and buy those
Oh, the badge?
patches. Do you
Yeah,
guys sell them
patches.
for like a lot of times they do like $10 where you guys sell the
From-
police department patches
From
for
what we've
charity?
been told, I didn't ask for this month, but previous years we do not have them for sale.
Okay, but you have in the past though, or?
No, we have
Oh,
never
okay.
sold them in the past. I don't know about.
I know, like when I was over in Seaside, the chief of police /
Yeah.
acting manager, he's both. I got his cell phone in here. He's a good guy. He actually gave me a ride along with him with 2 months back.
Awesome.
But he gave me a complimentary one. But he mentioned that a lot of departments sell them as a
Yes, some do.
to raise
We
money
just
for you,
haven't.
which is a
As
great
far as I know,
cause.
we never have here. Yeah.
Gotcha. And what's your policy on last couple questions as far as let's say you have your personal vehicles or uniform, are you guys allowed to put anything other than the American flag on your car that has like a blue line going through it?
On our
Like
personal
on
vehicles?
like on the police vehicles, like on
If you'd like to read our policy, it's all on.
I
the
know it's
website.
public record. I know. I
Yeah.
think it's like 700 pages or whatever. I'm just curious. Like right now, he's wearing a blue line. You know, it's not that bad.
This actually isn't for Blue Line.
That's what I was wondering. That's what I was going to ask.
This is for men's health
Okay.
and stuff like that.
I was just going to ask you like that.
Well,
That's-
the blue line doesn't really bother me. It's when it's on a flag. You know, to me, there's only one flag that this nation should fly, and that's the American flag.
Absolutely.
Well, yeah, it's desecration of a flag. We just,
Yeah.
you know, nothing wrong. Like I get like some law enforcement.
As a military, so I
Yeah.
fully understand that.
And I appreciate your service, man.
Yeah, not a problem. You guys prior at all?
I'm not.
Don't answer personal questions.
I'm sorry?
Don't answer personal questions.
Oh, all right,
Yeah.
fair enough. Yeah.
No, but I just seen like
Anything else that we can help
some
you with?
places like they put like the flags in there, and I get it. Some law enforcement, you know, maybe do it as a way to build that bond between other law enforcement. Say, hey, we support law enforcement or whatnot. But at the same time, some people look at it as a disconnect between the law enforcement and the community, or people that are veterans. I've had people that reach out to me. I get it all the time. That are, you know, current law enforcement, past law enforcement, current military, past military, you know, veterans. And they most of them, not all of them, but most of them feel the same way. Like they don't like to see anything other than the red, white, and blue, like in the traditional way. Like, you know, so you know, it'd be like, you know, you shouldn't put like, you know, your own personal beliefs on it. You know, if you want to have a separate flag with a, you know, that says, hey, you support law enforcement, or has a blue line or whatever, that's different. But have a separate flag. That's just my opinion. That's what I was asking.
It was nice meeting you.
You
All right.
guys are officially dismissed.
I appreciate it.
you guys
Thank you.
coming out here and only
problem.
detaining me for momentarily violating my rights. I appreciate it. Hopefully next time it doesn't get to that though.
Sounds good. Well, you guys enjoy the rest of your day.
Oh,
Since
one
it's a
last
hot
thing.
one,
I don't know if
stay
I heard from
hydrated.
you. If I get a call number, incident number, so I can request all the body cam footage. And you had your body cam on the whole time you were speaking with them?
Right now. Just right now. Thank you. You guys already have our business cards, correct?
Just to, I don't think I got your. You guys have business cards? I think one of you might have gave me one.
Yeah, he's on training. We don't always put the funds towards them quite yet, so.
Gotcha. Can you do me a favor? Could you write both of their names? Because your name's obviously in big letters. And if there's multiple people with the same last name, you could put an initial for the first, so we can pull up the salaries and whatnot. So you said former military, and then you're training now. Did you come from other law enforcement, if you don't mind me asking? Or
That's a personal question.
well, it's all public record technically, but I was just wondering. You don't have to answer. I can't force you. You should be proud of it if you were, though.
No, I think what he said is he's former military, but he's training him, but
Oh,
he
you're
has the
training
same thing, so he might be former military too.
No, I thought you said you were
On
training.
his chest right there.
Okay.
Well, you gentlemen have a nice day.
All right.
Right. Dismissed. Back to work. I appreciate you guys.
Absolutely.
Don't run with scissors. Don't sleep with your partner's wife. Wear your seatbelts. Have a good
I always
day.
like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
any other questions from
We're
you?
good.
No, we're good. Thank you.
I want to say I
Appreciate it.
appreciate you being very cordial and respectful and letting us speak. I know sometimes we can come off a little hostile, but we give what we get. And I know that doesn't justify anything, but when we're just out there peacefully recording and they kind of get a little aggressive right from the get-go, you know, it's frustrating, you know, because if we would have got the wrong officer on the wrong day, we could have easily had our rights violated.
Well, and I appreciate your acknowledgement that what the officer heard on the telephone would be the officer responding to believe that there's some kind of an argument occurring at the time.
You see, I'm a fair person. I'm not trying to, twist the story or anything. I'm just calling it how I see it, and
Okay.
the video usually tells
Let me
everything.
Make sure that my
You know what I mean?
head's on now since they took over.
All right.
So if there's any other questions on that, so just wanted to clarify that what they were responding to, and I know, like you said, that you can request the body cam footage.
Do you guys, do you know if, I know you're not responsible for public records, but to the best of your knowledge, because every department's different, that's the thing with, even though we have the Public Records Act, we have FOIA requests for federal, we have the regular Public Records Act for, local or state. But some departments, it seems like there's a lot of discretion as far as what they want to give to people. Since there's no pending investigation, to the best of your knowledge, is your department transparent as far as, I don't know if anyone's even requested it, but are they transparent about releasing body cam footage?
I'm not involved in that. So
Okay.
anytime someone asks me, hey, can
I'm
I
not
do
saying to
that?
the best of your knowledge, I know it's a separate
So what,
department.
I don't know. The answer is I don't know, because if you ask me that question, what I'm gonna say is, here's our records
Yeah.
division, and then you can,
But some departments are great, man. They'll respond to you like in 2 or 3 days, even though they have 10 days by law.
Yes,
And
and
other
so that's
departments
why I
will.
would give you that direction. You would go to you can go on our website, or you can go in person, and there's a form that you fill out, and or you just send it via an email, and you go right
That
to
was gonna be
our
my next question. So through your email, you have a way to submit public records if we didn't want to go to your department and do it in person.
For police department records, yes, and then
Right.
there's, of course, like you mentioned, different records.
Okay.
If you're looking for something else for a meeting or something that I'm not familiar with on the campus.
Well, I appreciate your time, and like I said, helping to de-escalate. That's what it's all about. It's about educating. It's about de-escalating. Nobody wants to go to jail, especially on a hot day like this.
It's pretty warm out there.
I'm sad they had to waste resources to call you, but like I said, maybe they were just a little nervous, what was happening. If they would have approached us a little differently, though, like some of them were really cordial and respectful, a couple of them started freaking out. Like I said, the one guy in the blazer, he was giving us a lot of great information and he was answering questions, but then, because he's looking at something, he's not touching anything. That one lady, she starts freaking out like it's the end of the world. And I tried to explain to her, we're not here to get someone's personal information, but if you're having a meeting that's representing, it's getting paid by tax dollars, we have a right to look around.
And I'll provide that feedback to them.
Yeah, we have a right to look around.
And again, like you said, it's about education.
Yeah, we have
and
a right to look
we have a
around
lot
and
of turnover.
no need
I'm
for
not
her to
sure
freak
exactly
out.
which person you're referring to, but a lot of the people who work at these front counters on this campus are student employees.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of turnover with that. We have also student employees working for the police department, and we have a different.
Yeah, we've had similar encounters, like you said, like where like whether it's a young cadet or like you said, someone who's volunteering or helping
right,
out.
and so
or-
my reason
we take
for
that in consideration.
Right,
But when
and
you
so
have
there can be some additional training perspectives that we can give to student employees and new
Well, it's a
staff,
40-year-old
faculty
woman
that-
wearing
It
a professional.
was definitely not a
She's
student employee, and she wasn't sitting there. Actually, the person sitting there did a
Okay,
really good
I
job,
wasn't- I wasn't
greeted
here,
us
so,
and
I will
asking
take that feedback and
questions.
provide it to the staff of the building.
Okay.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
Sure, we're happy to do
And just
that.
like and I get it. There's a water fountain here. They're not responsible for my drinking or eating or whatever. I brought my own water. It just would have been nice, if anything, like, hey, how's it going, guys? If you have any questions, we're here. Hey,
Well,
I'll offer
thank
a
you,
bottle of
Sergeant
water.
Russo.
You're
Would have
welcome.
been nice if they would have offered us. They got a whole bunch of water in here.
So this is one of the vehicles parked out here. You can see it's not even in a parking spot. I mean, a couple extra minutes, not even a minute, a couple seconds, you could get it right in the right spot there. So that was Officer Sergeant Russo's vehicle. She had a patch that said, "Not my circus, not my monkeys." Not quite sure what that patch means, but do some research on it. Hopefully it's nothing bad. As we can see, there's still a vehicle out here. Sergeant Russo already left. Not quite sure whose vehicle this is, but it's still running, kind of parked half-ass over here. Oh, this must be this guy's car. Is there a reason why you parked crooked and partway in the roadway with all these parking spaces here? Is that what you're training this guy to do? So we could see this guy's kind of got some tyrant tendencies with his blue line bracelet on there. You can see how he's parked here, halfway blocking that. We got all these parking spots here. So there you go. Cops think they can just do whatever they want because they got a gun and a badge here and some qualified immunity. How about start doing better things for the community, for the people that you're serving? Alright guys, the police have left, so just gonna do a little quick walk around. Little victory lap, if you will. As they were trying to meet in there at one point. You can tell that bigger cop was kind of a tyrant there. Okay, so let's continue our victory lap here. Alright, all the police have left. I'm guessing they changed the meeting to a different room, different little area here, because no one's returned. One guy kind of briefly returned. Yeah, no one's back here at all. So this whole area is kind of cleared up, so I'm guessing they're all somewhere else and behind some locked doors. So even the people that were sitting up here to greet visitors and alumni are gone. I mean, it could possibly just be the lunchtime. It is 1:35. But what is this thing? Basically, it's